watching the station that's working for you. Now, WMAR 2 News.
I'm Christian Schaefer with your WMAR 2 News update. There is even more fallout from the scandal involving the Baltimore City Police Gun Trace Task Force. Another city police detective has been indicted by a federal grand jury. His name is Robert Hankard, and he's now charged with falsifying records, conspiring to deprive civil rights, and making false statements to a grand jury. These charges in federal court stem from an incident that happened in 2014. According to court documents, back in 2014, Hankard provided a BB gun, which prosecutors say was planted on a man who'd been run over during a police chase by City Police Sergeant Wayne Jenkins. Then prosecutors say Hankard lied about that incident in federal court. In a separate case, he's also accused of faking evidence and planting drugs during an arrest. Hankard joined the police department in 2007, was promoted to a detective that same year, 2014. If he's convicted, he could face up to 60 years in federal prison. Now, the driver in that chase, Wayne Jenkins, was the leader of the City Police Gun Trace Task Force. He's in federal prison along with 7 other members of that now defunct group. They've all pleaded guilty or were convicted of extortion, racketeering, or robbing people while on duty as Baltimore City police officers. An investigation is underway in Baltimore County after this county police officer was seen throwing a 76-year-old woman to the ground. This was outside of her home. Rena Mellerson, caught on camera by a neighbor. It started when one of her family members called police for help. Her attorneys say that responding officers were rude, insulting, and then one of the officers followed her granddaughter to Mellerson's home. In this video, you do see an officer who's been identified as Corporal Brennan walking out with Mellerson in custody out the front door. That's what's going on there. The second officer, identified as Officer Schmidt, comes running across the street through the yard, grabs her with both hands, and throws her to the ground.
I don't think you need to go to classes for that. I don't think you need to go to the police academy for that. We're talking about violent, sadistic, misogynistic behavior. We're talking about disgracing the badge that many officers wear proudly.
Yeah, the younger Mellerson is facing charges. Her attorney says she could face more than 20 years in prison. The Baltimore County Police Chief, Melissa Hyatt, says she has ordered a thorough investigation of the incident, and once that is completed, the video from the body-worn cameras of those officers, the chief says, will be released to the public. A home that belonged to the CEO of a well-known local moving company has burned to the ground. This is what's left of the home belonged to John Vaughn Paris and his wife. They own Vaughn Paris Moving in Baltimore, burned to its foundation yesterday evening, now described as a total loss. Now, no one was hurt in this fire, but one of the family's dogs died. A second dog made it out of the home okay. Vaughn Paris Moving was a big help during the House of Ruth Fill the House campaign with us here at WMAR last year and in previous years as well. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson has been named the most valuable player in the NFL for 2019 by the Pro Football Writers of America, also naming Jackson the Offensive Player of the Year. Lamar Jackson finished the regular season with 3,127 yards passing and also 1,206 rushing yards. That's a record. Total of 42 touchdowns this season.
Now from WMAR 2 News, Maryland's most accurate forecast.
Happy Thursday, everyone. As we get closer to Friday and the weekend, we are tracking a wind advisory that's in effect for today. Also, the sun, wind, clouds all on tap for today. And then as we head into the weekend, oh yeah, we're looking at a mess, a wintry mix of a mess as we head into your Saturday. But let's start you out with that wind advisory that goes into effect at 9 o'clock this morning and it lingers until 7 o'clock this evening. All the areas there shaded in the beige coloring. So mainly across the eastern shore for us as we go throughout today. If it's your trash day, bring that trash can in as soon as possible because we will have those gusts today up to about 40 to 50 miles an hour. It is going to be a gusty day on tap. Now the futurecast takes us to Saturday. Saturday is the big day where we will start you out with some snow across the area. Then we'll start to see that switch over as we go more towards the later morning hours, early afternoon to sleet. And then before it's all said and done, by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, we will all be dealing with plain rain across the area. And the plain rain is really going to linger into the evening hours. And then by Sunday, that's when we'll really start to dry things out. Once again, for today, we have the sun, the clouds, and the wind. High temperature coming in above average once again. We should be at 41 degrees for this time of the year, forecasting right around 52, so the low 50s for today. As we head towards Friday, temperatures will be cold and will stay that way from here on out. By Monday, MLK Day, temperatures are going to be in the low 30s.
That's all the time we have for now. Stick with us online at WMAR2news.com all day long for updates on top stories and breaking news. And for news and weather on the go, you can download the WMAR2 News app from the App Store. It's got live radar, and you can set up breaking news alerts to come straight to your phone or tablet. Thanks for watching. I'm Christian Schaefer.
This WMAR2 News Update is sponsored by Jones Junction,